Minkah was complaining about his role with Pittsburgh. Oh, yes, I read that Pro Football Talk article. I don't know how many of you saw this. Let me see if I have it here. I can pull it up and talk a little bit about it. I read it this morning and I was kind of like, really, dude, that you're going to come up with that now? And for those of you that don't know about this, Minkah Fitzpatrick wants to be a moving piece on the chessboard in 2020. You know, like what the Dolphins wanted to do with him here? Like move him around. And sometimes, yeah, you're going to play safety and all that. Well, Minkah apparently was not happy with the second half production in Pittsburgh because quarterbacks knew where he was going to be at, so he didn't have as many interceptions. So Minkah's production soared after being traded from the Dolphins to the Steelers last season, and one of the reasons cited for that change was that he was used in the Pittsburgh defense the way he's supposed to, right? But after moving around the secondary throughout his time in Miami, Fitzpatrick was being used solely at free safety by the Steelers, and he turned in 5 interceptions in his first 7 games with the team. That seemed to suit him well, as Fitzpatrick was vocal about his dislike for the role in Miami. Fitzpatrick's impact was less pronounced over the back half of time in Pittsburgh, and he thinks part of the reason was quarterbacks were able to avoid him because they knew where he would be on the field. As a result, he'd like to reincorporate some of the movement that was taken off the table last year. I don't want to see that drop off via Brooke Pryor from ESPN. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue to have the impact on my team and have an impact on the games, because it's no fun when you're in a critical moment and you can't do nothing about it. When you move around and you're moving piece on the chessboard, it's hard to defend you, and you just can't say, all right, the quarterback is going to look at me and say he's going to be in this spot every snap like I was last year. It's going to be harder, and it's going to be a move more difficult to make out of a game. All right, Minkah, first of all, you little bitch, okay? Because that's what it is. He's Minkah bitch. All right? That's what we're going to call him now, Minkah bitch. Minkah bitch Fitzpatrick. All right, so let me Minkah, do you know what you're saying there, right? I just let me explain to you, okay? Can you check for me there, Bill, how many games the Pittsburgh Steelers won? I believe it was 7 or 8. Right? Because they didn't make the playoffs, right? I want to say they fell short of the playoffs. Or no, wait a minute. I think they might have made the playoffs and got eliminated in the first round.
No, Tennessee was the one that got in on that 6th spot.
On that 6th spot. So tell me what they had. What did they have? 8 wins, I think it was, and they were out.
I think that's the number. I'll confirm it. Give me 1 second.
All right. So let me explain something, because I want to explain something to you here. And to Minkah bitch. Okay? Because, Minkah bitch just actually.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. 8-8.
All right. So let me explain to Minkah bitch something. All right? It's way more impressive and a much better job of coaching winning 5 games with the Dolphins than 8 games with the Steelers. Do you understand that, Minkah bitch? I'm just saying, Minkah bitch. I don't know if you know that. So just to let's, speed it up a little bit here on the conversation. The coaching staff for the Dolphins is smarter than the coaching staff for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because the coaching staff for the Dolphins said, well, we're better off moving you around. Now you're saying you're better off moving around. So what you're saying is the Dolphin coaches are smarter and they knew exactly what to do with you, Minkah bitch. But you ended up wanting a bitch and get mommy involved. Now he had to get mommy involved. So I'm wondering, for those of you out there that were so butthurt about Minkah bitch leaving the team, oh, the Dolphins should have done everything to make him happy. And all. So how do you feel now about Minkah bitch? Because it sounds to me like Minkah bitch complains about everything. That's what it sounds like to me. Here's a guy that's going to complain about lunch and dinner and breakfast. He's going to complain about where he's parked. He's going to complain about this. He's going to complain about that. And he's going to get mom involved. I mean, really. So Minkah bitch now wants to be moved around. That's fantastic. That's just awesome. And I'm glad, because even the negative people out there against the Dolphins, I don't know. This sounds to me like this is more ammo that the Dolphins were right. It was a brutal decision. You didn't get your pick is a little lower than it was for when you picked Minkah. It is what it is. You deal with it. But I'll tell you this. If a woman doesn't want to be with me, then you can haul ass. Get the hell out of here, bitch. I don't need you. All right? That's all. Pretty simple. Hey, man, I was at a place 6 months ago where I said, I'm out of here, bro. Screw you. I'm done. You know, I don't want to be around people that are the wrong people to be around. You know what I mean? I have no interest in that. Life is way too short, man. I got better things to do, and we're already doing them. So this to me is way more ammo that the Dolphins were right in dealing Minkah bitch.
You know, I have this sound there, like, of him. I love being in the slot. It's more of a challenge.
Right.
Blah, blah, you know, running. It's
Go ahead, play it.
You're full of it.
Play Minkah bitch, because Minkah bitch doesn't even know what he wants. Typical millennial.
I did a lot in college. I did a lot last year. I'm comfortable there. A lot of experience there. I think that's what gives a good edge in going out there and competing. You know, I just love doing that. You're going to get some of the best guys in the slot, some of the fastest, quickest guys in the slot.
Looking deep for Hollywood Brown again. He's got it. Brown off to the races, and he stays on his feet. Touchdown.
There you go. There you go, Minkah bitch.
I totally believe that after that night, the Raven New England games, that's why he left. He was getting exposed.
I will be rooting against this guy on every single down for the rest of his career. Okay? I look forward to watching him get burned every single time whenever it happens. I don't care what kind of a player he is. I don't care how good he is. Nothing. I will be hoping for the worst for Minkah bitch. Okay? That's all. I don't have time for this, bro. And I'm glad the Dolphins got rid of his ass. The Dolphins will be a better team down the line. They will get the players that want to be here. And they got a front office. They'll find more guys. And maybe they'll find guys that won't bitch Minkah. Just terrible. Now he wants to move around. What a phony-ass piece of crap.